So yeah, they're banging in the pool. There's a fucking orgy going on in the pool. Gotta clean the pool.
Yeah. If the movie has any redeeming quality whatsoever, it's his fucking role. Crapulé.
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 This whole story is crapulé.
What's up, beloved Sucksters? This is James, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 14.
Nope, 15.
Shit, let me do that again.
Nope, we're staying in. Staying in. 15, goddammit.
Episode fitting. And today we are going to do 2017's Dead Ant.
Was it 2017?
2017.
Wow, I thought it was a lot more recent than
because,
that.
you know, it's got Tom Arnold in it. You know, he's at the end of his career.
Yeah. Wow.
And he's also lost a shit ton of weight.
That's true. Wow, okay, well, cool. Anyways, 2017, go on.
It is a comedy horror musical.
That it is for sure. It ticks all three of those boxes.
It does indeed.
I love it.
The synopsis, actually, let me go through the credits first.
Okay.
We have director Ron Carlson, writers Hank Braxton, Ron Carlson, and Dan Sinclair. And it stars Tom Arnold, Reese, Choreo or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And Jake, don't call me Gary, you say.
Jake, I'm better than my dad.
Plus the smattering of others. We've got the lovely Leisha Haley, the Cameron Richardson, Sydney Sweeney, Danny Woodburn. If anybody knows that guy, he's the elf from Bad Santa.
Yes.
He is freaking hilarious.
Yeah, he's great. I love him.
Actually, no, I take that back. Wrong one.
Oh. He wasn't in Bad... He wasn't in Bad Santa?
No. That was the other guy. That's the black dude.
But yeah, but I thought... Oh, wait. What was the other guy in then?
He was in... Oh, I know what it was. He wasn't in Bad Santa. He was the elf in Jingle All the Way.
That's right. Okay.
That went with Jim Belushi to the warehouse.
That's right.
So,
okay.
My apologies, folks. We also have a Joy Leia, Michael Horse, who plays Chief Bigfoot.
I love him.
I love that
Bigfoot.
name, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And Sean Astin.
Samwise.
Frodo.
Samwise Gamgee. Yes, loves Sean Astin. Also,
Rudy.
From, Goonies, of course.
Goonies. He's Rudy to me.
Rudy. And then, of course, I think it was season 2, I think.
And a few smatterings of others, but nobody
Stranger
else
Things.
worth mentioning, actually.
Yeah.
But the synopsis reads as such. Let me get this right. When the 1989 one-hit wonder glam metal band Sonic Grave I love the name.
Great name.
Embark on a trip to Coachella. It's a musical festival in hopes of a comeback. Their peyote trip pit stop in Joshua Tree Their peyote trip stop to Joshua Tree incites an unworldly, vicious attack, and they must rock themselves out of harm's way.
Oh, yeah.
That's as much of it as I'm going to read. There's a bunch else to it, but...
Oh, that's perfect.
That's it.
That's the synopsis right
there.
there.
They got to rock their way out of it, dudes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, do you have Rotten Tomatoes or anything? Anything else? Nothing else?
No, let me see what we got on tomatoes. Okay, and the tomato meter, good old Rotten Tomatoes,
all right.
You ain't going to believe this.
Okay, let me hear it.
It has 64% on the critics.
Really? So it's fresh.
The critics are 64%, and the audience is at 43%.
The audience is 43%?
At 50 plus ratings. And you know what, audience? If you voted this movie down, you can kiss my ass.
Well, how many critics are there?
Let's see what we got. We got 50 plus ratings on the audience score and 14 reviews for critics.
So at least fucking
about 8 or 9 of them.
8 or 9 of them loved it.
Loved it.
That's amazing.
That's good enough.
That is amazing.
That is good enough.
I mean, that's too high for our show.
It is.
But it's amazing. That's great. Okay.
Well, I didn't expect that when I picked this damn thing.
No, that's fine.
This turned out to be quite a jewel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, brother, man. I can't wait to dig into this one.
I'm fucking excited. Let's go.
I did too, because I'm sitting here looking at my notes. I'm like, holy shit. I think I was enjoying the movie too much.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to rely on our conversation to remember
Okay. Yeah.
continuity at least of the movie. But man, what
I'm excited.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right.
Okay, sure, yeah, whatever. We need to be current.
What we need is a hard rockin' hit, man.
Look at all these new bands now. They don't have pyrotechnics. They don't have sparks flying on the stage. It's all tame. We need to go to Coachella and rock.
Yes.
And I agree 100%. By the way, it's called No Cella. No, I couldn't get us into Coachella.
We're gonna write a killer song. You got it?
I think this is the stuff that inspired Kurt Cobain.
This is the most powerful peyote you and your friend will ever take.
Feeling anything?
Okay.
We're on a spiritual quest here. We are this close to getting another shot. You gotta focus if it kills you.
There are risks. You as much as hurt one fly will be cursed until the next sundown.
What was that? It was an ant. A giant ant.
What are you doing with your gun?
I'm in the music industry. That shit happens every day in rock and roll.
You just fucked up. I'm gonna make it rain blood.
All right, man. I've got a new all-time top 10 favorite rock movie, rock song.
Rock song.
But I'll get to that later.
Yes.
I will save that to the end.
Okay. All right. It's a great song. The music in this movie is good. Like this, they play some actual rock songs.
They do.
You get some Hotel California. You get some. What was the other one they played?
Come on, feel the noise.
Yeah, Come on, feel the noise. Yeah,
yeah. They
play real rock songs, and then they play their rock
And this
songs.
is actually played by the real band called Sonic Grave. There is a tribute band or a 80s cover band called Sonic that apparently played all the music for this movie.
Well, their music, we get a lot of movies that have generic rock music that I can't fucking stand. This has somewhat generic rock music, but it was all fucking great.
It was excellent.
It was great. Yeah,
I loved it. Okay, well, what a better way to start the movie with, rock band, rock band, rock band, rock band on the road, of course. Old green pickup truck towing a.
You skipped the whole fucking intro.
No, but that's what I'm doing. I'm going to the intro.
No. You forgot about the
The
beginning.
shrooms.
You talking about?
That's right. We don't see the truck till after the starting.
Yeah, that's right. Because there's a girl that gets attacked by.
Edit.
So it starts off with this white girl being told by a Native American Mr. Bigfoot about the peyote she's about to take that has grave consequences if used incorrectly.
Yep.
And we get flashes of things to come. We get flashes of her being chased by a 747 size fucking ant.
It's hilarious.
I love it. It's fucking great.
Yep.
And then my favorite part, one of my favorite parts, is as he's telling her this, and she's like, she's a fucking hippie or whatever, and he's like being serious. All of a sudden, his partner, who I call Littlefoot, pops out of his right and says, "That'll be $20."
It says $20, little man.
Yeah.
Put that shit in my hand. But what's funny is at 2:15, they don't bullshit. They don't waste no time.
Right, because before that they cut. All of a sudden they cut to her
Running.
being chased by the ant.
Running, hauling ass in a bikini top and shorts.
747. This is a huge fucking ant.
This
by
ant
the way.
is humongous.
But yeah, she's running in a bikini top and shorts. And you're right. At 2:15.
At 2:15, we get the RTs. The shirt comes off.
She
Now
takes
it doesn't explain this, but she essentially strips completely butt ass naked. We
She
don't
just-
just get RTs.
No, we get everything.
We get RA and we get some RB almost. I call
Because I guess she thought that if she throws, the only thing she had on her were clothes. So I guess if she
Yeah.
thought if she threw the clothes at the ant, it might distract it. So she takes off her bra, throws it, then her pants, which I don't understand how talented this lady is because she's running full breakneck speed and she's able to take off her shorts
while
running.
she's hauling ass
Then she
without
takes off-
breaking stride.
Right. And falling. And then she takes off her panties. And so she is running and butt ass naked. And like you said, you see everything.
Yep.
And then she gets killed off screen, unfortunately, which
Yeah.
really sucks. But I love.
Well, you see a scream. You see the pinchers coming.
Yep.
And then you get dead ant.
And again, much like another favorite of ours recently, Don't Fuck in the Woods.
Yes.
I love that we get full nudity in the first 5 minutes.
Yes.
That's great.
And a death.
And a death.
You know,
off screen, but
so you like got a mini horror movie
Yeah.
before the credits.
yeah. And then we cut the title card, like you mentioned, and that's when we get the band in the two people in the pickup truck.
The two people in the pickup truck, which are Love, which is the band's drummer.
No, that's Stevie. Stevie is the drummer.
Nope.
Love is the girl is Merrick's girlfriend.
You sure?
I'm 100% positive because I have it right here. I have the band Sonic Grave. We got Merrick the lead,
Played by Jake.
Don't
Call Me Gary Busey.
and I loved him throughout this entire fucking movie.
I called him
was great.
Brett Busey.
Yeah,
that's what I tagged.
he
He
looked
was
like-
a Brett Michaels.
He was a low rent Brett Michaels.
That's exactly what he's trying to look like. And
Yeah,
I think
he's got the eyeliner going on.
His boy Pager, who is the guitar man.
He's
I
lead
think-
guitar. Art, who's Sean Austin, who's
Yep.
Samwise, is the bassist.
Bass.
And then Stevie, who's the driver in the truck,
Stevie.
is
Okay.
drums.
I thought it was the other way around. My
Because
fault.
Love is Merrick's girlfriend.
I was too busy laughing.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I made it a point.
That's
to,
right. Love is Merrick's girlfriend.
because I didn't find out who these people were until damn near throughout the movie.
Yep.
Like I didn't know Stevie was the drummer until the fucking end when she started playing drums.
Exactly.
So I made it a point to go in and like look at like the thing and figure out who they were so I could write it down because I loved all their fucking characters.
They were awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, go on.
So I said, we got Rudy.
Yep.
You know, depending upon your, how you view this guy, but we got Rudy and they're sitting there talking in the truck and the dumbass pulls out a shot of the peyote.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hold on. You're jumping way far ahead.
How far?
So they're in the truck talking and they cut to I gotta set this up because they cut to the trailer that they're dragging, which has the band in it.
Yeah.
And in there, Jake Michaels is, or what'd you call him? Brett Busey?
Brett Busey.
Even better. Brett
Yep.
Busey, he's singing to his girlfriend, Love.
Yep.
And he hits a high note at one point.
Yep.
And I want to set that up because he continues to do that throughout the movie.
Yep.
And then it pays off at the end.
Yes, it does.
But then we get to meet one of the funniest people in the movie,
Tom Arnold playing a character named Danny,
the manager.
Oh my God!
And they're
one-liner. He's a one-liner gold mine in this
he
movie.
is fucking hilarious. Yeah,
and I'm not going to give all the one-liners away because we'll be here forever.
Yeah, no,
I had a hard time keeping
gotta
up.
watch
He
it.
was doing it so fucking
it was
fast.
just boom, boom, boom,
Oh,
boom,
it was
boom.
hilarious.
But the important thing is that they're trying to make a comeback, and they think that they're going to Coachella to play. And he tells them, no, sorry.
We're going to no Coachella.
No Coachella.
No Coachella.
Because I couldn't get you into Coachella.
I couldn't get you.
But in the meantime, the drummer and the bassist are making a stop at the fruit stand to pick up some peyote from Bigfoot and Littlefoot.
I'm glad you said that because that's exactly what I said. I said Rudy stops to buy dope at a fruit stand.
Yep, exactly.
And see, what's funny is I don't know why I didn't make the connection at first. I guess because I didn't see them pulling the trailer until a certain point.
Okay.
I thought they were in two separate groups. I thought Rudy and the drummer Stevie were in the truck by themselves, and I thought the other ones were like in a motorhome or something.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I didn't make the connection. But then it all came together.
When they get to the fruit
So I
stand,
was
you
like,
see
holy
the
shit,
truck dragging the
that's
trailer.
why I said that just Rudy did it, because I forgot the other ones were with him.
Gotcha. Okay. So he stops Samwise and Stevie meet Bigfoot and Littlefoot, and they're getting ready to go get the peyote. But and this is important. He stops them on the way and tells them not to step on the ants eating the apple.
Yeah. Don't kill anything
because he knows that the ants have some sort of power, or he knows what the fuck's going on.
Yep.
Then we come. Then they go.
Basically, what he said: if you damage or if you hurt or injure or kill
anything,
even
a fly, he says,
you will be cursed for 24
hours.
You'll be cursed. Yeah.
So the rest of the band goes into the store, and that's where Pager starts flirting with some hippie chicks that are in there.
Hey, that's Sam and Lisa. And
Sam and Lisa, yes.
I marked them down as super fine.
Now,
they're my kind of 80s trash.
I want to get this out of the way. I'm very disappointed that from the title card on, we get no more nudity.
Well, there's a little tiny bit, and I'll cover that here when we get to it.
But like Sam and Lisa, who are pretty much wearing nothing,
they might as well be. Yeah,
don't get nude.
They don't.
But
not at all.
The entire fucking movie.
But you know what's funny with RTs? You know, there are certain movies that need them.
Mm-hmm.
This movie luckily carried itself in a lot of ways where it didn't really need it.
I mean, I enjoyed Candy getting full naked at the beginning.
Yes.
But if it didn't happen, I would not be disappointed.
Nope.
I think I'm disappointed because we got, because again, going back to another of our favorites recently, Don't Fuck in the Woods, you know, we had full nudity at the beginning, but then throughout the movie, we had more nudity.
Exactly.
And so I kind of thought this would happen with this one, especially when they meet Lisa and Sam.
Yep.
Because they're wearing next to fucking nothing.
Exactly.
And even Stevie is wearing a shirt with no bra.
Yep.
I thought we might see her titties that well, but no titties. But yeah, so he's flirting with them and then gets cock blocked by Danny, who's acting like a fucking creeper. He
actually goes. He leans over and goes, "Hey, look, I'm not creepy. I proved that in court."
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the great lines.
In court.
That's only one of the great lines in this movie.
And I put on here, you know, my notes for this point. I was like, well, so far this ain't much of a horror movie per se.
No.
Because it's a lot of comedy right now.
They're building it up.
But I don't mind it. I mean, a lot of times we watch fucking horror movies and the build is agonizing. The build here was entertaining as fuck.
Because everybody, even fucking Danny, who is a creeper, everybody is fucking entertaining to watch.
Hell yes.
And like they don't like not a single character so far has been even Bigfoot and Littlefoot are awesome to watch like on screen. Like I wanted to see more of them. Yep. So that's why the buildup is fucking. Plus you got rock music. You got great rock music. Yeah,
great. And we did, and then, like I said, you know, you were talking about how there were no more RTs.
Yeah,
there was a nip slip.
Oh, really?
15-15.
He was looking, folks. He was looking, folks.
That was it, and that was from Stevie, the drummer, because you, like you said, she wasn't wearing a bra.
That's right.
And it just kind of stuck out one side.
I must have missed that. I'll have to go back and look at.
But see, that's everybody knows where I'm looking.
Oh yeah, but I do want to say my next absolute favorite line is when they get back in the truck and they're driving, and Samwise.
Let me throw this in before before they take off.
Yeah.
They buy their peyote with a credit card.
Yes.
They're like, right. I don't have no cash. And he's like, the card, and he's like, no problem.
Yeah.
Fucking
Littlefoot.
Chief Bigfoot and Littlefoot.
Yeah.
He pulls out an iPad with a swiper on it with a square, and they actually do it, and they sign it.
And he tells them there's a $10 surcharge, and Sam gets all pissed.
He's like, $10. He's like, oh. But then when he leaves, it says, and you hear him mumble when he's actually signing his signature. He's like, tip.
Yeah.
You hear him say, tip.
He just signs it and gives it back to him.
And then when he leaves, Littlefoot looks at him and goes, no tip.
Yeah.
Just the way he did it. But buying dope with a credit card, I loved it.
I loved it. Yeah. But while they're in the truck, when he's gonna take a hit, and Stevie asks him if he's ever done shrooms before.
Yeah.
The line that he gives, I fucking love. I laugh so hard at it.
They call it the secret peyote, but it looks like fucking mushrooms.
Yeah, but he says, look, I'm from the Shire. And then he says something else, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" He said he's from the Shire. I fucking love it. I love it. I love Sean Austin. He's awesome. Yep. But yeah, so he takes peyote, which pisses her off because she says that they're supposed to wait till they get to the campsite.
Absolutely, jumping the gun, bitch. He says, "Hey, we'll all be there together. I'll just be there first." I'm
like, "That's a dick move."
When he said, "I'll be there first," I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, so then they get to the campsite and they set up.
I'm sitting there. That's what I said. I said they decided to camp in the middle of fucking nowhere, you know, and that's a classic. That's a classic horror movie mistake.
It's a no. That's a no. It's 2017. Have they not seen The Hills Have Eyes? Come on.
Oh, and then okay, now this is one of my favorite parts. I laughed my motherfucking ass off. At this, and I'm not joking. I had to stop because I had to stop because I couldn't fucking breathe.
Yeah.
I don't know why it tickled me so much. So what happens is he falls over. He gets out of the truck and he falls the fuck over.
Yeah.
Everybody starts getting out and doing their thing. Well, eventually you see him get up and he's staggering. This is Rudy.
Samwise, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, he starts wandering out because he's got to take a piss.
Right.
So he starts pissing, and here comes this fucking ant. So he's like, hey, you don't fuck with me. So he starts pissing on the ant. He's all fucked up.
Yeah.
So he starts pissing on the and when he gets done, you see the ant is like upside down in a puddle of piss.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it flips over.
Another ant comes in. Another ant comes in.
You think it was the other one?
It was. Because I watched it because I thought the same thing because I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, well, first of all, I'm thinking, okay, that's not going to kill the ant because ants don't drown.
Yeah.
They don't drown in water. They can survive for like 3 days in water.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. I thought he flipped over and he stood up.
No, I looked at it and I saw it and I was looking directly at the part and the ant's still there, dead.
Yeah.
But another one comes up.
Okay, and then a very small chipmunk voice goes, "You done fucked up."
Yeah. That shit was.
I died laughing.
Fucking
Holy
hilarious.
shit, I died laughing. But I put in here, I guess he was pissed off from being pissed on. But he goes, "You done fucked up."
But that is the one problem I have is that the ant would not have died because the ants don't die from drowning.
But then that's the last you see of Sam for a while.
Now I do want to go back real quick because another part that cracked me the fuck up just prior to that or around that same time is when Pager and Danny are trying to set up their tent.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking and Danny's like, remember that time we went to that gig and we met those people and we were partying with them and then like we had to wear those white hoods and it was a lot of fun. Yeah. And then we put on those white robes and it was a lot of fun. And then it's like, yeah, and then we just later on realized we were just at a KKK rally.
Yeah, I know. That was such fucking shit.
I laughed my
I was
ass
like,
off
oh,
so
Lord
hard
have
at that
mercy.
because they were being so just like whatever about it. And they're like, oh yeah, we were at a KKK rally by accident.
Well, anyway, like I said, Rudy's out of the picture for a while.
He's gone for a while, yeah.
So what we get now is everybody's sitting around in their camp chairs and they start passing around the dope because it's time to get ready. Because what they're actually trying to do is they are trying to put themselves in a place where they can write a great rock song to premiere at this rock show because they want to try to get, like the synopsis says, they're trying to get back relevant again. So what they're doing is trying to concentrate and get in a groove somewhere. So they all take their little shot of this peyote.
Yeah.
And what's hilarious is once it gets back around to Danny, Tom Arnold, the bag is empty.
Yep.
He turns it inside out and he's licking it.
He's licking it, yep.
He's like, you assholes, you
because
fucking assholes.
Everybody takes one piece, but then Pager eats all of them.
Oh my God. But then he says an ice cold line. He says, when Brett Busey's popping his, he says, yeah, Kurt Cobain was inspired by this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then you hear Tom Arnold, well, I hope we have a better, he says, I hope that, you have a better result or something like that. I'm like, he's just full of shit. This whole movie is hilarious.
He's fucking hilarious.
He says, I hope that what is it? I want to get it right. He says, I hope that, I hope you have a better outcome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Obviously we all know what happened to Kurt. But
right.
They don't pull any punches here.
No.
This is fucking funny as shit.
They don't. And I do want to point out real quick also that whole scene with Samwise with the ant. The way it started was he put his hand on a tree to lean on it, and then an ant bit him.
That's right.
And he flicked it off.
Fucker. Yeah.
And that's why he pissed on it. And that comes into play later because while they're all getting high as fuck at the thing. You cut to him, Art, to Samwise on the ground in the thing being eaten alive by ants the size of cats.
He's covered them.
And they're the size of cats. They're huge.
He's covered them and you see his eyeballs moving around.
Yeah.
Now, it does flash back to him once in a blue moon and he's actually slowly being eaten and you see him pulling like tendons and things out real slow and eating them.
But he's not dead.
Nope.
But
I said, because he comes back into the picture. They're all over there
on.
jamming, talking. He comes back into the picture.
Yeah.
Wandering around in the desert, and he's covered with these fucking ants. So they go over there, and he drops, And,
well, that's actually later because what happens first is the girls show up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they're all high as fuck trying to... And this is where... Because they're all high as fuck. Mm-hmm. And this is where Pager starts singing the song that you love so
starts
much.
composing a song that is called Side Boob.
Side Boob. That's right.
I love it.
It's a hilarious fucking song.
Yeah, I actually contacted my son after I was done with the movie because me and him love 80s rock.
Yeah.
I said, son, you got to watch this damn movie, but you got to listen to this fucking song. And I sent him the link because the song actually has its own YouTube video.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched it. Yeah.
Oh, too
But
funny.
that's when the girls show up because they're lost, and they show up there. And then that's at that point, Danny takes everybody's phones because he doesn't want them to do something stupid. And
he doesn't want them recording the music. He doesn't want them recording what they're doing.
He doesn't want to go on social media.
No leaking.
No leaking it. Yeah, exactly. And then everybody's tripping balls. And then at one point you see Pager, you see it's cut to him in his face, and he's talking to someone about how much he loves them, and then he's always trying to initiate a threesome. Yeah. And then it cuts back and he's talking to a goddamn rabbit. He is high as fuck at this point.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then Merrick's dumbass climbs up on a rock.
Of course.
Because he's high as shit.
What are you doing up there?
He says, rock gods can fly.
And he does, and you hear it crunching, and you're like, oh, shit.
And he busts the fuck out of his knee.
Yeah, he does.
But then we cut to morning, and Danny's waking everybody up because he's pissed off, and he tells them he quits. And as he walks off, this is when the shit hits the fan.
I put on here 40 minutes later in the movie.
Yeah. After
all the clown show at the cook-off and stuff, or whatever the hell they're doing. The camping. Rudy shows up, and he's completely covered still with ants, and he's eaten to shit.
Yeah.
He's got no skin left. He's eaten to shit, but he's still walking. Mm-hmm. And he finally goes down, and what's hilarious is they're over there beating on him with chairs and shit.
Yeah.
He's down there beating him, and you hear Tom in the background, or Danny.
Yeah.
I always call him Tom in the movie. But
yeah.
You hear him fucking, another one of his one-liners, he says, he's just a fucking bass player.
Yeah. We can replace him.
We can replace him.
Well, but prior to that, he was walking, and he gets bit by a cat-sized ant in his leg. And then all of a sudden, they start coming out of this hole.
Yeah.
So you got that, and then you got Art being eaten.
Yeah.
And so that's why everybody but Pager and Stevie ran back into the RV.
Well, this is like one of our only ones. So finally, we see that he's limp and lifeless. They try to drag him, and they rip his arm off.
Yep.
So he's gone for
kill one.
Which is rare in this movie, I hate to say.
Yeah, unfortunately it is.
At least
especially
on
towards
screen.
the end. Yeah. Yeah, so then so eventually when they pull it off his arm, they run back to the RV.
Yep.
And I fucking love this conversation going on between Danny and Pager while everybody's freaking out. They're having a full-on fucking conversation about getting a replacement bass player.
Yep.
And they even mention somebody like, okay, yeah, we'll give him a call. He can replace him.
Yep.
While there's fucking ants, cat-sized ants banging against the fucking
RV. They've already replacing his ass.
Yeah.
And what's funny is one gets in is about the size of a cat, you said.
Yeah.
And the guy, Tom puts his foot on him. Yep. And he reaches down and he shoots him in the fucking head, and a bunch of ant jizz gets all over that
Sam,
one of the girls.
So Lisa, by the way, before we tell you, Lisa has run back to the car.
She's hiding in the car.
Everybody else
that's
is in the
right.
RV.
She ran off and got in the car. So Sam is in there. She gets a bunch of black ant jizz all over her face, and Tom goes, "What the hell are you worried about? That happens all the time in rock and roll." There was a fucking money shot. I loved it.
And at this point, the ants all go back underground.
Yep.
And
because what they do, they surmise.
Yes.
And what happens is every time one of them is killed, they all retreat temporarily to regroup, regrow, and reattack.
And they reattack.
Yep.
And then we cut to Bigfoot and Littlefoot, and he tells Littlefoot that they need to prepare because he can sense a problem is going on.
I feel a disturbance in the force.
By the way, they both have a line later in the movie that is probably my absolute favorite line in the fucking movie. We'll get to that. But we're back at the RV, and Stevie is the one who deducts that because Art must have killed an ant, they're now cursed.
And all of a sudden, fucking Brett
Busey.
Brett Busey becomes a fucking anthropologist genius.
He said he had
and
an ant farm as a kid.
And he's rattling off all this art.
There are 20,000 species of ants.
And he starts, he starts rattling off all this.
But I do want to say that prior or sometime around that, or was that when he? Hold on, 'cause I have that written in my notes when he starts talking about. Okay, so just prior to that, after she talks about them being cursed, right? You get a few outside shots of the RV.
Uh-huh.
You get the desert. It's all quiet. There's nothing
Yep.
there. It's an RV. I like that scene right there. Gave me major Tremor vibes
Yeah.
because like a lot of the, especially when they're all in the
Tremor / He'll Have Eyes kind of thing.
well, more of Tremors
More
because when all the characters are in that convenience store,
yeah.
and they're having to be quiet.
Yeah.
Because the Tremor is outside circling the thing. I was
That's
like,
it.
that feels very Tremorish. But
Okay.
anyway, yeah. But then they get then an ant reappears and it's the size of a fucking car.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge.
It jumps on top. It's like kablam, kablam. And then what happens is the beautiful sister in the car, Lisa.
Yes, Lisa.
She gets attacked. Unfortunately,
They start
the ants
breaking into the car.
They start busting the glass and shit. And her buddy, Sam,
Yes.
is in the trailer panicking,
Mhm.
and Tom is holding her back. And she's like, "What the hell is he doing? You know, what the hell is she doing?" And Tom comes across with another gem. He goes, "Well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to end well."
Yeah.
He's so calm in the way he says it. People dying just means jack shit to him.
Yeah, he's been in the rock game way too much.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and then so when they start breaking in, she grabs a can of hairspray and a lighter.
Flamethrower, yeah. She
But-
creates a flamethrower out of a can of hairspray
And a lighter.
and starts blazing these fuckers. And she's got like 2 or 3 of them on fire. And then all of a sudden the
unfortunately-
motherfucker just goes kaboom.
Boom.
She's dead.
At 48:15.
I didn't count it as a kill because it was more of an explosion killing her. She wasn't killed by something but herself.
I see. I counted that one because it was
Go
a
ahead.
non-death. Oh, okay.
Go ahead and do it.
Kill 2.
Okay.
Because as you mentioned, they're few and far between.
yeah.
And this one, I mean, even
Okay.
though we didn't see her like explode, you don't see the rest of the movie, and it happened on screen. So
And the car is destroyed. She's
Yep.
burned. But what was funny is while she was spraying it, and everything was on fire.
yeah,
Danny goes, "Well, that's all right. I've survived worse.
he says that a lot in this movie.
I've survived way worse than that." Just saying, no.
But it's at that
Oh
point
my God,
that
it's
that
funny.
Stevie theorizes that every time they kill an ant, they disappear and then they come back bigger. And so that's where we get the whole notion of them getting bigger every time
Yeah.
they come back out of the ground. And that's when Merrick says he has an ant farm. He's like, there are
That's right.
28,000 species of ants.
That's
blah,
right.
blah,
Yeah,
blah.
I'm a little bit out of order, but yeah, pretty close.
And then we cut to a montage of Big and Littlefoot preparing, and then they come out the store, and Bigfoot looks like a fucking badass.
Yeah, and he does. He's
looks
all
like
he's
a-
all Comanche'd out. He got a red face.
He looks like a badass, bro.
Wore it out. Got a bow and arrow with dynamite and shit. He's
Yeah,
ready.
They all got kinds of
He's
fucking
fucking
dynamite,
ready.
dude.
And what's funny is during this whole ant attack and
Yeah.
the flamethrower stuff, Tom or Mr. Dave, whatever,
Danny,
Danny is live on Facebook the whole
Oh
time.
yeah,
He's recording it live, and that's just fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's great. So then so we cut to the RV, and they decide to make a run for it. Well, they want to make a run for it, but the ants come back and knock them back into the RV. So they're
Yeah.
stuck in the RV.
Now, the reason they're trying to make a run for it is they got to go find
the keys.
They got to go find the
truck.
keys that are in his pocket,
in
Rudy's pocket.
Rudy's pocket, yes.
Yep.
And then Pager states that if he theorizes if they kill one, they'll leave because they leave to go back and get bigger or whatever, and that's when they make a run for it.
That's it.
Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a fucking horde of ants appear, pick up the fucking trailer,
Yep.
and start moving with
toting it like they're hauling it back to the queen,
like it's a leaf or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which
So-
the CGI was bad,
So,
but it was pretty fucking great.
so they pull out these fucking bug bombs and shit, and he's
Oh,
gonna shoot.
yeah.
He's gonna try to shoot one of the cans to set it off and make a bug bomb out of it. And in the process, somehow one of the ants sticks their head in the window and takes his arm off.
Yeah, so
or
so
his hand. Excuse me.
one of the big ones breaks into the window, and Merrick actually rips the antenna off.
Yep.
Another one breaks it on the other side. Pager kills it, and then
With a knee drop.
yeah.
Pow!
But then while that's happening, Danny's in the back and they're celebrating. He has a cannon in his
He's like,
hand,
yay!
and then another one jumps in and takes off Danny's hand.
Takes his fucking hand. He's like,
But then Pager shoots it, killing him, which causes him to go back underground.
But what's funny is for a moment there he was limp and lifeless, and I was like, oh shit, he couldn't get killed. I
was
said
like,
he didn't
it
die.
was just a hand.
Because I originally wrote it down as a death. I said I
Right.
thought he was dead.
I thought it was one too.
So I was like, fuck.
But
So
but what I do want to say was fucking hilarious was after the ant took his hand off and he passed out or whatever, we thought he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pager shot it. Instead of worrying about Danny initially, they break into a chorus of dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, and then they go check on him. They wake him up, and Danny goes, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant.
That's right, with no fucking hand. It's hilarious.
Fucking great, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then the ants go back and then another funny Danny line. Pager had done the sign of the cross over and thought he was dead, and then after he came back, Danny goes, "Hey, next time I die, don't do the sign of the cross with me. I'm Jewish, okay?"
Exactly.
But he's wearing a fucking cross necklace.
Yeah, I guess he does look a little Jesus-y. He's like, oh Lord.
Stupid. But then they make a run for it because the ants are gone. They get Merrick, Danny, and Love. They all head for the truck because Merrick needs help with his knee.
Yep.
Sam, Stevie, and Pager go to find the keys on Samwise's
Now this part
body.
that was hilarious. They start digging for Rudy, and this is funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Because they're finding a foot, and he holds it up. He says, "Damn, he's got some big ass feet. He was so fucking short."
Yeah.
Then he's talking about his legs look like turkey legs, but
Yeah.
his fucking feet are huge. And he says, "Oh, I hope she finds his dick next."
Yeah, he had a big ass dick. Yeah.
He said, "Big. I hope she finds that next."
Yeah.
This is Arnold's character.
This is Danny. Yeah, Danny
Oh my
says
god,
that.
that's fucking
hilarious.
shit. That was funny.
No, he's just no tact whatsoever. Just fucking straight, just pure whatever he says.
So they do get to it eventually.
Yes.
Stevie actually gets her hand down there and is able to grab what's remaining of his shorts.
Right.
They're able to gather the keys and they haul ass back.
Mm-hmm.
And I put her as Heather, but I got that wrong.
It's Sam.
Sam.
Yeah.
So Sam's running and all of a sudden she gets whacked
She
falls down into an ant hole.
She goes to jump over an anthill.
And it gets
And
grabbed.
a big ass ant comes out and grabs her and drags her down.
And unfortunately, that is...
And that is at 1 hour, 5 minutes, 55 seconds
Yep.
for
Kill 3.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it's the last one.
That's pretty much the last on-screen kill.
Yeah, and I'll
that's okay.
I'll tell you why that's a shame in a bit because we'll get to that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
there was a missed opportunity there.
I totally agree. Yeah.
I think I know where you're heading with that one.
And they get the keys, they get in the truck, and they take off, and there's a whole fucking herd of badly CGI'd ants behind them.
It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, I love it. It's so badly.
They are hauling ass, and those ants are on their ass like you wouldn't believe.
And you know, the way that they're running looks a lot like the spider from that VW Beetle movie.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Because the legs are just going up and down. Yeah.
Oh, man, it's hilarious. And they're playing some good fucking rock music while they're being chased and shit.
Yeah.
And then she starts stunt driving and shit.
Yeah. And what's
because
funny...
they ditched the trailer. Trailer's gone, so they're just in the truck.
It's just a truck.
The truck is wide open.
But I love this next part because one of the big ants ends up getting on the back of the truck.
Motherfucker catches a truck doing about 80 miles an hour.
Which is funny because they're supposedly doing 80, but then if you look at some of the wide shots...
Oh, this real slow.
They're going like fucking 30.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they got to have the guy in the ant costumes got to be able to catch up. You know?
But I love when the ant gets on the back because fucking Pager starts attacking it with a fucking guitar.
Yeah, I call it the rock and roll ant chase because all it was metal, rock and roll, and hitting ants and shit.
Yeah.
So he starts beating the shit out of one with the axe. He says, "Give me the axe."
Yeah.
So he grabs a guitar and beats the shit out of it until he breaks it.
When he said "give me the axe," I thought he meant a real axe, but then he got the guitar. I was like, "That's fucking classic. That's great."
It is.
But then he gets a can of spray. Knocks the lid top off, and then
he's hosing another one that caught up.
It's the same one.
He's a spray him in the eyes.
Yeah, it's the same one, and then it falls off. I do want to say this is okay. So then after he knocks the ant off, they're celebrating. I
think I know what line you're talking about. I wrote it down.
Cuts to the Bigfoot and Littlefoot up on a hill watching. And the best fucking line in the movie. Bigfoot is watching and he says, "I've never seen so many." And Littlefoot replies,
"Assholes."
And Bigfoot, without missing a beat, Bigfoot says,
"No,
ants."
Ants. But that is great. Oh man,
I fucking love that line.
I was crying.
So
I was like, "Holy
good.
shit, that was funny."
Yeah.
But it's good we both got that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was funny.
Yeah.
So at about about an hour and 13, they finally get to the festival.
Right.
With the ants on their fucking ass.
And I gotta say, I thought it was fucking hilarious that they get to the festival at the same time as Bigfoot and Littlefoot.
Yep.
And when Bigfoot and Littlefoot get there, they just so happen to meet a pair of guards who are also big and little.
Yes.
So Bigfoot's talking to the big white dude, and Littlefoot's talking to the midget guard. I'm
They're
like,
talking
no
shit.
fucking way.
And they're talking shit back and forth. It's funny.
Yeah, but then the ants get there as well.
The ants come over the hill, and you're like, oh shit, here it goes.
The Foot start throwing dynamite at him, taking a few of the ants out. Stevie and Paige are heading towards the stage to try and warn everybody.
And while complete chaos is ensuing.
Yes, I actually put that in my notes.
I mean, just absolute chaos. People are getting killed, but you don't see nothing. All you hear is screaming, and there's ants everywhere.
You don't see any gore, any deaths.
But, oh my God, this was fucking hilarious. There's a guy goes and jumps in a porta shitter.
Yes.
And it's so fucking funny. And the thing is getting rocked and thrown around. And he's like, this is my first concert.
I can't die
on the shitter. And then the fucking ant flips it.
Chucks
and you
it.
hear the Wilhelm scream.
I heard the Wilhelm scream.
Oh my
yes.
God. I was like, perfect.
Oh, yes. But then you don't see where it lands.
I said, what else can you fucking do?
Yeah.
So like you said, they get to the stage.
Well, no, they're heading to the stage, but I gotta mention this part.
Ugh.
They're heading to the stage. While that's happening, Danny is searching for something. You don't see what. But then he gets to a cooler.
Yeah.
He pulls out a beer. And when he pulls it out and cracks it open, an ant comes up and he's like, do you want some? And then the ant takes his other fucking hand off.
Oh, he said, fuck this. Yeah, that was funny.
So then at that point, Merrick leaves Love, his girlfriend, to head to the stage.
I've got to get to the stage. I've got a song to sing, and I'm going to sing it.
Right when Pager and Stevie get up there, Stevie starts playing guitar. Pager's playing guitar. Stevie's in the drums. And
now, this is a real song.
Yes.
It's a song by Kix, and it is called Blow My Fuse.
Yes. But when he's playing, he starts seeing that there's a big ant near the stage.
Yep.
And he sees that the ant is in pain from the guitar.
He hits that high note. He's like, hey, what do we got here?
So then they realize, and he starts playing more, and then the ant's head explodes. And they realize, we're going to save this town with rock.
It's his long notes. Like you said, remember you told me earlier, that his long, sustained high notes would come into play later.
So when Merrick gets up on stage, he starts singing high notes, and that blows the ants' heads off too.
Start exploding.
And so they start fucking rocking out, and ants are fucking exploding everywhere.
That's awesome.
It's fucking
and
glorious.
they're exploding to the beat.
Yes.
Like if something goes down, you got boom, boom, boom.
And I put in my notes that because throughout the movie, not just at the beginning that I mentioned, but like there are certain points where Merrick is singing and he sings a high note because he's very Bret Michaels. He likes the high note. And I put in here that I love that they set that up throughout the movie. Yeah. So that later on it pays off with him using the high notes to kill the ants.
Definitely does.
I fucking love that. Yes.
Yep.
I love when even bad movies, when they do something that looks dumb or seems stupid.
Yep.
Because they're setting it up, and then in the end it pays off wonderfully. I love that.
It sure does.
And then I also put a fucking note in here. Even with once they start rocking and killing the ants, even with the threat of giant ants, everybody at the goddamn concert has their phone out.
The phone out, filming
the concert.
They're head banging.
Yes.
Even his girlfriend Love gets up and she starts banging her head.
Yes.
And I was just like, this is fucking awesome. You got a bunch of fucked up, bloody people laying on the ground and they're all rocking.
That's exactly how it would happen in real fucking life, too.
That is hilarious.
And then I also love that at that point, as the ants retreat because of the music, you see Bigfoot and Littlefoot, they hold hands because they're in love. It's fucking adorable.
It is hilarious.
I love it.
And what's funny is I made one note about the music, but I'm willing to let it slide because it was such a badass ending.
Yeah.
You hear a bass guitar, which there is none on stage.
Nope.
And you hear an extra guitar playing. There's two
There's
guitars, the bass, the drums, and then the singer.
Yep.
And they're getting after it. And it's okay. I forgive it.
Yeah.
It was a great song.
It is.
A lot of fun. All the ants died. And then...
And in the movie.
All the ones that were in range died. And then the rest of them hauled ass back to the desert.
Yeah.
So, that was the end of the movie. And it ends... Thank God. I was like, oh, come on, damn.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you start hearing the music. You're like, holy fucking shit.
It plays the whole song.
And they play Side Boob, the whole damn song that they were composing in the track.
Yep.
And it's actually a good fucking song.
It is a good song. I enjoyed it.
It was a good damn song. So I put fuck yeah on my notes.
So I put end of movie, standing ovation.
Absolutely. Clap, clippity clap.
I do have one note in here that I want to bring up though about it. The one. So I have two complaints about this movie. One is that the ants, even though some, as you mentioned, some of the ants were animatronic, the majority were CGI, and it's sort of a double-edged thing with the ants. The CGI ants were still detailed, like they still had ant hair and stuff, and they looked great, but they weren't rendered enough to the point where they looked realistic. They still looked like CGI. So that's a very small complaint though, because I loved them. The other complaint, which is not really a complaint but more of a wish, I really want a prequel to this movie.
Oh God,
because the ant at the beginning. So now that we know how we think we know how the ants work, right? When you kill them, they go away. They come back bigger. The ant at the beginning was the size of a goddamn 747. I want to know what the fuck the group at the beginning did to make what they did to make it that goddamn big.
Yeah.
Because none of the ants throughout the rest of the movie
were that big,
anywhere near it. The biggest they got were SUV size.
SUV size, yeah, maybe even a little smaller than that.
Yeah, but no bigger.
But bigger.
You start off the movie with a 747. I'm not even exaggerating.
He's enormous.
He's enormous.
Absolutely enormous.
And so, I really want a prequel because I want to see how the fuck they fucked up so bad that they got a goddamn 747 size ant. So again, that's not really a complaint. It's more of a wish. But those are the only two I got.
Well, my wish was that Sam and what was her face?
Lisa.
Sam and Lisa. Yeah, the two chicks that they ran into. I wish we got a little RT from that because they were both really fine.
And I felt like they kept setting it up for that to happen.
And if
but
we are lucky enough
did.
for the director to hear this review, like we did with the guy with Don't Fuck in the Woods, and contact us, talk to us a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask for some digits.
This movie's great. Like everything about this movie, even the little tiny complaints I have are fucking. Again, I mentioned this movie's too good for the show.
Yeah.
Every actor was fantastic. Every character was great in their own way. The CGI was charming. I love. We haven't had. The last time we had a giant bug was that spider one. What was it called? That you did, the one from the 60s or whatever?
Oh, the giant spider invasion?
Yeah, with the Volkswagen Beetle.
We did that one, and we did the Earth versus the spider, but they actually used a real spider.
Right. But that was the last time we had a giant bug
movie, yeah.
So I fucking
it has been a
love
while.
it. Tom Arnold was hilarious.
Oh, God.
The music was actually good rock music.
Bravo, Tom.
We got, even though we didn't get a lot, we got really good nudity at the beginning.
Yes.
Again, I want a sequel, but I am giving this movie a gold turd.
Hell
and 2 side boobs.
Hell yeah.
Because this movie is fucking, you need to go buy this. It's on Blu-ray. Go fucking buy it on Blu-ray.
If you're a horror fan, this one's got to go in your library. I could not agree with you more. The acting was flawless.
Yeah.
Flawlessly corny. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Funny as shit. The script was hilarious. The one-liners were, they were just rib-splitting funny.
Yeah.
I really love this movie. It's my favorite movie of this season by far. Probably one of my favorites of all the ones we've done. And that's saying a lot because we've done some pretty damn good ones.
Right.
I definitely gave it a platinum-coated gold turd.
Platinum-coated gold turd. You heard him. Yeah.
Yep. Going up a notch. It's probably one of the highest-rated movies I've ever done.
Yeah. And it's funny because when you send it to me, I watched the trailer just to get an idea of it, and I told you,
and you said,
I was like,
"Man, this is gonna be solid gold, brother."
Just based on the trailer, it's a fucking gold already, and it did not let down.
No, it didn't.
It didn't.
Now it still qualifies, in my opinion, in the quote unquote crappy horror movie genre.
Okay,
at least it's supposed to.
Okay,
but it was the fucking bomb.
Yeah, I put this more.
Well, it was a comedy too, so it was. Yeah,
I put it more as like the lower end of horror comedies that they released in theaters, 8 Crazy Legs.
Yeah,
that kind of ones that aren't pure horror, maybe more science fiction because of the giant creatures. But they release them in theaters. They're not Oscar winners, or they're not notoriously known for being good, but they still release them because they're still actual movies.
And the sad thing is, I'd never heard of this movie.
Me either.
Until I went to look for it, and I was like, "Holy shit! I'm glad I found it."
And that's why when you said 2017, I was so goddamn shocked because, first of all, it looks like a newer movie.
Yes, it does.
Like a very very recent, very recent movie, and then because I hadn't heard of it in 2017. What is that? That's 5 years ago.
5 years ago, yeah.
In 5 years, we've been doing this show for 3 of those.
Yep.
And in that time, we haven't heard of it.
Nope.
It's a hidden jewel.
That's what
out
you
there.
heard it here, folks. What the Suck first. This is one we actually said is too good for our show.
It is too good, but god damn it was great.
But yep, this is a definite see. You got to see it.
I gotta say, at least these last 2 weeks, I have enjoyed the movies we've seen for different reasons.
Yeah.
But it's been fun.
Yeah, last week's movie wasn't quite highly as rated.
Oh,
but,
no.
But it was nowhere near the quality, but it was fun.
It was fun for different
Still
reasons.
fun.
It was fun because of how fucking bad it was.
Well, see, that's another thing. I like it when we get fun movies because it's better for our viewers. I mean, yeah, we have fun with the review, but when we insist or ask people to go watch the movies we review, hell, I'd like to give them a little something nice.
Right.
They can't all be chupacabras.
No, God, thank God, no.
But anyway.
Oh, man, that was fun. So anyway, you're listening out there, stop what you're doing, hit pause on a review, go to Amazon. I think the Blu-ray is $10.
It's still free on Prime, too.
It's still
Just
free
go
on
watch
Prime.
It. Just go
Put
watch
it in your thing. But if you really, really want to get it, it's $10 Blu-ray. That's super cheap. Go fucking buy it. And support the director, the writers.
Hell yeah.
And the people who made this film. Support them. Go buy it.
Because he wants his sequel, damn it.
Or
a prequel.
Yeah. I want to see 747 Ants. Anyway, so tell them where we're at, dude.
Well, we're everywhere. Everybody knows that. Anywhere you listen to podcasts. But if what we're really hoping, if you'd like to support the show, if you could go to www.patreon.com/whatthesuck. We have our jump scare level, which is all we have. You get our, what do you call it, our commentary tracks. You get our reviews of good movies.
Mm-hmm.
There are some blooper reels from some of our other seasons.
A small amount, yeah.
But we're leaving most of those in now.
Yep, they stay in.
Just leave them
They
in.
stay in.
It's like, what the hell? Who cares? So just go there if you would. Support us. We definitely appreciate it. All money goes back into the show, of course. Buy new headphones, equipment when we need it.
Shit breaks, so we got to buy some new shit.
We have a website coming out pretty soon.
Yep.
Keep your eyes out for that. So,
yeah,
that's it, man.
All right, man. Well, we still got to figure out next week's movie. I think it's my choice, so we'll figure that out. But by the time this episode comes out, I'll already have it done.
We'll already know and have it recorded, probably.
It won't be as much fun as this movie or last week's, but
well, I hope we can run into another one like this.
Fingers crossed.
So we got 15 under the hood now.
15 under the hood. That's right.
Yeah.
Plus the holiday specials.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're getting along.
We're getting along. Probably about another 7 or 8 episodes. We'll be wrapping this season.
I think so. Yeah. Unless we decide to go a little extra long, but I think that all depends on the quality of movies that we find.
Indeed.
Yeah. But until next time, this is Chris, and I'll see y'all at the next Shitfest.
And this is James. If it ain't on What the Suck, it ain't shit.
She was sweating all over. She went to the fridge for a cherry cola. I said, hey girl, I wanna get to know ya. I can almost see your areola. She wore a rock and roll tee cut up on the side. It was only in the front that she bothered to hide. She moved to her left, so I peeked to my right. Cupcake, the sugar sweet baby I could eat all day, yeah. I see it from the side and I like the slope, yeah. Creamy hot and butter on my breakfast toast. Start my engine, baby, pull my choke. I got a full tank of gas, I want a motor boat. I come along hard road
That's a savage. Mesmerizing. It's horrible. She's probably fine.